What is up, everybody? This your man Dre Mac. I guess I'm welcome everything back to the Dre Mac Show. Get ready to talk about. 'Cause this is the first time I've been on in a couple weeks. So again, I'm back. But today I'm gonna talk about Jay Z. So we have this conversation on Facebook about Jay Z, and I just don't feel like he's a top five rapper. But we're gonna talk about it today on today's podcast. So sit back, relax. About to get into this podcast. Let's get it going. Right now, this is the Dre Mac Show. Now, without further ado, here is your host, Dre Mac. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Podcast Show. Welcome back. Welcome back. I had to take a couple weeks off because I just needed a break from like social media and stuff like that. But I'm back with the shenanigans today because most definitely I was on social media today on Facebook and I was talking about Jay-Z. And somebody brought up Jay-Z was an okay rapper, and I agreed. And just like if you say LeBron is not the GOAT, everybody and their mama want to jump in on you, telling you don't know what you're talking about, you stupid, you this, you that. I'm going to let you know right now what my thoughts are about Jay-Z and why, to me, he's not in my top five. Jay-Z has never, ever, ever been in my top five. Not saying he's not a top five in someone else's group, but I'm going to tell you why he's not a top five in mine. And of course, I'm broadcasting live right now on Facebook Live, and I'm also broadcasting on Speaker Radio and on YouTube. So most definitely check me out. Make sure to like and share this video. Make sure to like and share the podcast. When the audio podcast pops up, make sure that you like and share that. I already got a couple people in the house. My man Marcus Morton is in the house. He agreed with me that Jay-Z is not a top five. My man Nick Smith. Nick, what's going on? I'm glad you here because this is for you. Nick Smith, what's happening, man? Wind Out Forever, class of 99. Rakayla Watts is in there. She said, hey, we in here for this one. Yes, we are. Jay-Z is not a top five rapper. Now, everybody is going to say, when I said this on this particular post, someone laughed at me because I said, y'all really like Jay-Z's voice. And it was like his voice, his voice. Let me tell you something about entertainment. People like folks who they like to listen to. People like to listen to certain people. And I'm sorry to tell you guys, but Jay-Z is one of those type of dudes. When his voice hits the mic, he has one of those voices just distinctive. You know what I mean? So when his voice hits the microphone, you automatically know, oh, Jay is here. You know what I mean? And his cadence, the way that he raps, no matter if he's trying to do the flippity rap or whatever they do now, or whatever, the mumble rap, or if he's doing his own New York style thing, it's the way Jay-Z comes off at the mic that actually makes him attractive. He could be talking about going to the zoo, but if you just hear his voice, you're like, dang, Jay has that voice. Kind of like how Big. So, One thing that I liked about Biggie, I didn't like all of Biggie's lyrics. And I'm not gonna sit up here and be one of them boosty type of people, be like, you know what I'm saying? You know, Big was the greatest rapper of all times, and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that because a lot of Big's lyrics on some of his songs, I just wasn't digging. Good storyteller, but I was just like, I wouldn't say that. But Biggie had a way with words. You know what I mean? And it's funny, since I'm a connoisseur of rap music and music in general, I listen to Digital Underground. Digital Underground, I'll never forget, Shock G said this when they did a documentary about Tupac. And Shock G said, when you listen to Biggie, the thing that gets you about Biggie, if Biggie uses his voice like an instrument, like Dizzy Gillespie, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's a smooth saxophonist who could swing his voice, you know what I'm saying, from left to right, and he can make these, you know what I'm saying, stop and starts with his voice to make you that hooks you in. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I want to hear more what this dude is talking about. You know what I mean? So Big, one of my favorite rap songs is it's on the tip of my tongue. Um Damn, I can't think of the name of the song now. It didn't slip my mind. I know the lyrics. Is this? Paging me at 6:40? Is it 6:40 in the morning? Pockets on and but I'm done. Dang, pockets. Oh, good lord! Now I can't think of the lyrics. Now I got to bring it up. Now I got to pull that one up because that's one of my favorite songs. But because I got so much on my mind, so much I want to say, it's killing me right now. Why they want to stick me for my paper? Yeah, so just listen to the way that he pops on the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? You can listen to the way he influxes his voice to make you kind of like bop with him a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, when you listen to Tupac, Tupac was one of those dudes who just captivated you because again, it's Tupac's voice. When Tupac got on the track, you knew it it was over. You knew. You know what I'm saying? When Pac get on the track, it was over. It's hard when that dude is coming the way that he's coming with that much energy and that much velocity. Another person that was like that was DMX. You listen to DMX lyrics, you listen to DMX period, and you listen to Slip It. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Because it captivates you to the point where you want to listen. Now, people say I'm hating on him. Whatever, you can see it. Warning, that's what it is. But people can say that I'm hating on Jay-Z. No, I'm not. First of all, Jay-Z has stolen the most lyrical thief on the face of the planet is Sean Carter. Period. Let's not act like y'all act like he wrote all those lyrics. Nah, Hov didn't do that. Hov didn't do that. Dude has stolen more of Biggie's lyrics. It mixed them in with his lyrics more than Drake does with everyone else's lyrics that he can take. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Now, we don't want to pull up, remember the Cameron beef. We don't want to pull up the Cameron. See, y'all think I'm just hating. No, I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all. Dude is never, ever, ever going to be on my top, in my top five. You know what I mean? So you ask probably, you're thinking about yourself, whoa. You hating on Jay-Z so much. Who are your top five rappers of all time? So let me just start off like this. My number one, because he was my most influenced artist in my time, for me, that made me gravitate uh towards his music, was Mac slash Lejo from KCK. There was the two dudes who influenced me the most, that made me want to rap, that made me want to get my lyrics together and be dope. Lejo, God rest his soul, from KCK. To me, I thought he was better than Tech Nine. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Because it was a certain apex where I just thought that Lejo was the dopest rapper to me. Now, people might disagree with that, but he was the dopest rapper that came out of Kansas City, especially KCK, who never signed to a major label. Period. Period. So that's just me. And then Mac from No Limit. because I'm literally, to this day, his music still influenced me, and it's mostly about what he raps about. You know what I'm saying? It makes me kind of think, you know what I'm saying, in a deeper atmosphere, maybe understand exactly where he's coming from. A next person, and that's 1A and 1A and 1B, but that's really just two people that influenced me, but I'm counting them as one, as far as a major artist and a non-major artist. Another person that influenced me was Cube. Now, people talk about the longevity of Jay-Z. Dude, Cube been on the scene since 1987 with CIA. Period. And you say nobody has shifted the culture like Jay-Z. What did NWA do? Who was writing for NWA? Before Cube left. And then when Cube left, he became a bigger artist after he left. It shifted the culture. We're talking about a complete culture. I don't believe, to me, that he made that much of significance as far as a culture switch. The only person I've ever seen that tried to steal Jay-Z's style was Lil Wayne. And he did that for a hot minute after the Hot Boys and all of them left. After Turk, Juvie, and BG left, then Wayne went on this kick where he wanted to be Jay-Z so bad, he started to do all his little, the cheer. Yeah, that man, I'm not saying he whack, but you know what I mean? So Cube. Another one that nobody really talks about seriously, and let's be real, another person who shifted culture, 40 Water. Nobody wants to bring E40 up when you're talking about longevity, album after album after album after album after album. This man made a 4-disc album. Now, of course, he don't Jay-Z. He's not in the limelight like Jay-Z. But if you telling me E40 did not change the culture of rap, you have lost your everlasting plastic bullhead mind. Another person that was super influential, especially for the South, Scarface. Period. Face. See, one thing about Jay-Z, I want y'all to go back to 1990, 1998, 1999. And Nick, you will remember this because this was senior year. It's our senior year. So if you remember, Big is gone now. And as far as New York rappers, as far as hip hop, Pac is gone. Big was gone the very next year. So, of course, at that particular time, there was a void as far as that influential rap that came out of New York and that came out of California, as far as like those two powerhouses. Master P was on his way up. Master P and the No Limit Soldiers was on their way up at that particular time. Then you had Cash Money on the rise. So this was a rise of the South. A mainstay in that particular time of music was Face. One thing I could give Jay-Z about, give Jay-Z props about, because he was doing this, him and I would say Fat Joe and Pun was doing this, and Meth, because I gotta put Meth is, man, if Method Man is not in your top 10. Raekwon the Chef is not in your top 10. Ghostface is not in your top 10. Redman. I'm shifting. So around this time, these people was on the rise. The South was on the rise. The South was high. You had Atlanta on the rise. You know what I mean? As far as like powerhouse, as far as like how East Coast, West Coast was, this was the South's time. Jay-Z and a couple other rappers like Nas did it too. But they started going to the South and started dealing with South artists and getting on their albums. I would never forget listening to Master P's what is it? I Got the Hookup album. That I Got the Hookup album had not only Bone, had Bone Thugs, and we forget how dope Bone Thugs was and how dope those lyrical monsters on one squad. And if you can't say it, if you say Busy can't rap, you say only person on there that you could probably be like, nah, was Wish. But Busy, Lazy, oh my God. All of them was dope to me, but I'm digressing. I'm digressing because to me. But no, if they started getting on the South stuff and start riding the wave of the South. Jay did that a lot because he did that not only with No Limit, he did it with Cash Money. Because remember, he is on the High remix. You know what I'm saying? Which Juvie should be a part of that conversation, honestly, because Juvie was hot. Juvie could actually rap, and he's so much because of the bounce era of New Orleans rap, made me appreciate his style of rap, even more. You know what I'm saying? The way he could get on the track and just bounce and ride to that track and be dope. LL Cool J changed the whole landscape of rap from coming from uh coming from the kings of rap, you know what I'm saying, to that LL, that when LL hit the scene, LL was one of the hottest, dopest artists, period, of that time period. You had Rakim, it was one of the dopest, hardest MCs at that period of time. You had uh uh starting to think, because I got so many. Chuck D, you know what I'm saying? One of the hottest, dopest artists of this time. If they were so political, they tried to shut them. They tried to shut PE down. That's when you know you influence. This is what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about influencing the culture, influencing the climate, NWA did that. PE did that. Tupac made a complete shift, and nobody could ever. There hasn't been someone on that Pac level for years until Kendrick and J. Cole came. You know what I mean? As far as like taking the call, and they don't have the energy that Pac had. Pac just has an energy that is incredible. That is, you can't take that away from him. So it took until J. Cole and Kendrick to get on the scene, so people be like, man, you know what I'm saying? They remind me of Nas and Pac. There's nobody out there who's like, man, he remind me of Jay-Z. There was nobody that actually says I besides Lil Wayne trying to take Jay-Z style, and then he turned around. Then Jay-Z turned around and smashed on him. You know what I'm saying? Years later on the what was that, the Throne album. So, and then by that time, Lil Wayne, because that kid that Jay Prince discovered in Toronto started becoming hot, and then Lil Wayne took his style and started doing what they do. Lil Wayne has changed the landscape of rap, maybe in the worst way, you know what I mean? But Lil Wayne was influential. There's no Young Thug. I listened to this Young Thug song yesterday with Rich Gang, and oh my God, I wanted to throw myself out the window, just run through my door full blast with the door closed and a steel beam in the front of it, because it was just so horrible. But I could hear Lil Wayne. I could hear him in it. You could hear him. You could tell who influenced who. So going back to going back to my top five. So I said Lejo, Mac, and that's just one category. That's just one smash in there, because I had to put Lejo in there, because if I'm not, I'd be lying to myself, because he's one of my favorite rappers. Mac is you know what I'm saying? Mac is still my favorite rapper of all time, even though he's got none of it. First of all, let's say Free Mac. Free Mac. And I will be getting some of that Free Mac gear here in a minute, be showing it on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all haven't heard the NPR for Mac, period, point blank, go and listen to the NPR, I think it's the NPR music about Mac. McKinley Phelps. We need to be able to tell this brother's story, because he's sitting in Angola right now for a crime he didn't commit. So make sure to go to the NPR music, look up the Mac story from the NPR podcast. I mean, you have to listen to this podcast. It's so heartbreaking for to see a guy who was trying to protect his mom to get caught up in some BS where the guy even admit that he shot the kid, and he's still up there 20 some odd years for murder for a crime he didn't commit. So make sure that y'all check out the Mac NPR show, because man, Free Mac to the day I die, and I'm still screaming whoa on every track. So when I come to my next guy, I'm coming to my man Nasir Jones, aka Nas. And I don't care what no one said. Don't care what no one said. Just like how y'all make fun of Nate Robinson getting knocked out. When Ether came out, it's literally one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. I don't care that Jay did Super Ugly because it couldn't compare to Nas in Ether. That track beat everything. Murdered Jay-Z on this. And remember at the time, Nas wasn't the only person that was beefing with Jay-Z. Cam'ron and Dipset was beefing with Jay-Z at that time. And tell me, it was Beans not the best rapper that came out of the Rock? Not Jay. Beanie Siegel was the best rapper to come out of the Rock. Period. That's why I said Jay is cool. I'm not saying Jay is whack. He's a whack. He ain't Birdman. Trust me. He ain't that. He ain't what I heard from Young Thug. He's nowhere close to none of these mumble rappers out here. But in his time, it wasn't him that carried the song. Me and my homeboy was just talking about Big Pimpin'. The song Big Pimpin' with UGK. And we forgot y'all UGK. You know what I'm saying? Let's not poo-poo on the South rappers. But on Big Pimpin', Pimp C carried that song. When everybody talking about Big Pimpin' was carried by Pimp C. That his verse made that song dope. It made the song dope. And Pimp was a good person where he didn't fool with a lot of people. And me and my homie Jesse was talking about it, and he brought up the simple fact that yes, Pimp C had to be talked into making a song with Jay-Z. Now again, Jay-Z had the song with Myth Bleak on the I Got the Hookup soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube was on that soundtrack too with that. Then you had I want to say ODB and Mystical had a song together on that track, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Where the South was trying to connect because we just seen the loss of these guys. So I'm not mad. And we were talking about with Nick, we were talking about the marketing employee of The Rock. If you don't give Dame Dash his props, that wasn't all Jay-Z. That wasn't Jay-Z. That was Dame Dash with Rocawear clothes, pushing Rocawear to where it was. Because Dame was nonstop business hustle. That's why I would never, ever, ever, ever give the hustling props of The Rock to Jay-Z. That was Dame. 120% Dame. And Pimp C carried that song. Pimp C, come on now, Kami. Pimp C carried that song. I wish I could play it without getting booted off of this off of YouTube. Because they'll boot me off of YouTube for copyright clearance. So I can't even play the song if I want to. I can't even hum the song because YouTube would kick me off for humming the song. But let's be real. Everybody goes back to Reasonable Doubt. Wasn't Reasonable Doubt his first album? Wasn't that the first track that that Jay-Z actually first album that Jay-Z had? And then what? And if I'm not mistaken, hold on, wait a minute, I just thought about this. Even though he discovered Kanye and he was a producer for a minute, wasn't Kanye at a point better as far as artists than Jay? Everybody just mad because Kanye went in a totally different. I'm not going to say he's crazy. I'm not going to say that because I know some mental issues and different things like that. But you cannot tell me that Kanye did not make at a period of time way better songs than Jay did. That for Auto-Tuner, two songs that I like from Jay-Z the most. Death for Auto-Tuner, because I ain't gonna lie, I hate Auto-Tuner, and it came at a right time. That track. On to the next one was dope, so I can't even hate that one. On to the next one is a dope track. And then Moon and Stars with with Sade. Because lyrically, he killed that song. I'm not even gonna lie. Lyrically, he killed that song. And someone said, well, people don't understand his double entendres, his triple entendres. It's not even his metaphors. It's I don't feel his music. It's a certain thing when you listen to rappers, it's a certain thing when you gotta listen to someone and and the way that they rap and it gravitates towards you. When I listen to KRS One, he's so the way it makes you want to listen. That's what it is. It makes you want to listen. And a lot of things Jay-Z was talking about, I don't care about your money, your cars, the clothes, the hoes that you got. All of this is superficial, whatever. Now, unless I do understand his music. Trust me, I understand it. I understand what somebody's trying to sell me a lifestyle instead of being the lifestyle. I give Cube a lot of props because Cube always said he was affiliated, always was a storyteller, always made top songs, always had a platinum album. Always had a platinum album. Snoop has been a platinum artist since he started. No matter what people thought about the Dogfather, no matter what people thought about the game is to be sold, never to be told, he never went gold. And I'm not a hater. I'm not a Jay-Z hater. Even though Pac is my number one, my favorite, but besides Mac, besides Lee Joe, Pac has always been my favorite rapper ever since I heard Same Song. Back when I was 10, 11 years old. When I heard Same Song, I was done. I was like, who's that guy? And then Brenda's Got a Baby came after that. You know what I mean? Trap came after that. I Get Around came after that. Dude, one thing I look at music, I'm like, do you have an album from start to finish that I'm like, good God, that's dope. That's dope. From start to finish. Now, people say Reasonable Doubt from start to finish is dope. I don't, it's okay to me. I don't feel it like that. Honestly, I believe The Hard Knock Life Volume 2 is a better album than Reasonable Doubt. Say what you want to say. You know what I mean? Say what you want to say. But I believe Hard Knock Life Volume 2 is a better album than Reasonable Doubt. His best album to date to me, 444. His best album. That's his best to me. To me, his best album. A lot of other albums, I mean, is cool, but you know what I mean? It's cool, but I give Hard Knock Life Volume 2 a bunch of props. And this is the thing. A lot of people, they say he hating on Jay. He hating on Jay. But Nas, Cameron has all pointed out how Jay-Z has just stolen other ideas and made it his own. The blueprint. The blueprint. Who made the blueprint first? KRS-One. And then you go say, well, wait a minute. Anybody can take anybody. This is a free country. Everybody steals. But let me ask you this. Why steal me and my girlfriend? I ain't gonna lie, as a Pac fanatic, that pissed me off listening to that song. American Gangster is cool. American Gangster is cool. I don't believe Reasonable Doubt is his greatest album. Honestly, 444 is his great. To me, that's his greatest project. And it's what he was talking about. Finally, he got some consciousness. This is what okay. So I said this and I got laughed at. But whatever. To me, Jay-Z is Kevin Hart of music. Jay-Z is the Kevin Hart of music. Everybody loves Kevin Hart. And I'm not talking about samples. We ain't talking about jacking for beats. He jacking for lyrics. The man jack lyrics. Jacking lyrics. Not sampling music, jacking lyrics. That's a totally different. See, we used to call it biting. can't be long off. But the man's a biter. We used to call people out who bit Styles, which he did. Jay-Z came. First of all, let's let me say this. Let's first go back to Jay-Z's history, because Jay-Z was an understudy of Big Daddy Kane. So you go back and listen to old Jay-Z, old tape Jay-Z. He sound like Big Daddy Kane. Then Das EFX style coming out, the rip it rip, diggity get, diggity, and he start doing that style. At the same time, a young kid that's coming out of Queensboro is coming out named Nas. Then he steals Nas's flow. And then another kid comes out of Brooklyn that just overshadowed Jay-Z, named Biggie Smalls. Then he takes Biggie's lyrics. You see the pattern? So nobody sees this. I'm crazy. He waits till after Pac dies and then takes the man's song. I mean, his songs was up, his catalog was up to be bought. There's no Michael Jackson to go and buy all your stuff and own half of Sony, because black people don't think like how Michael Jackson did. That's just like people who say Beyonce is the greatest performer of all times that didn't see Michael Jackson get up on stage and the crowd, and he just stood there. In the crowd, people falling out. They carrying people off, but didn't see Michael Jackson in his time. Or people who say, well, LeBron James is the greatest, who did not see Michael Jordan in his time. You know what I mean? So I understand people, that's people's preferences, but I'm telling you, Jay is a great businessman. Jay is king. What I give Jay props about is that he knows how to pick beats too. There's another thing about rappers, and I wish a lot of rappers really understood this. Pick beats to pick your flows. That's one of the knocks that I can say about Nas, because Stillmatic is his greatest album of all time to me. Illmatic, Stillmatic. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Nas is just dope to me, but as an artist, he's never changed. Like, he's never stopped talking about things that went on in the hood and different things like that, and making you conscious about your life and thinking. Second Childhood is one of my favorite songs of all time, besides Ether, One Mic. I mean, that album, Stillmatic from start to finish, just like How to Pimp a Butterfly by K-Dot, from start to finish, one of the greatest albums I've ever heard. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't know how to pick. And I give Jay-Z props. Jay-Z know how to pick tracks that fit his flow. But I would do this. Jay-Z was a ghostwriter on About Dre. So Jay-Z wrote Dre's lyrics on Forgot About Dre. I said, what about Dre? Forgot About Dre. So he wrote his lyrics on there. Who had the doper lyrics? M or what Jay wrote for Dre? No, I'm not getting to get okay. Yeah, see, Nick, if you don't know, if you don't know, if you've never heard World War III, you never heard Shell Shock, you never heard his lyrical content, you would never understand Mac. That's not your guy. You know what I'm saying? Just like how Jay's not my guy. Jay's not my guy because Jay don't talk about nothing. Jay's been talking about the same stuff for years. And it wasn't until 444 until he changed it and started talking about just something that's different. That's why I say he's the Kevin Hart of rap, because Kevin talks about the same stuff. But then when he does the same stuff, and he did that Netflix special in his in his house, everybody was bagging on it because it's a different climate right now, and he still was talking about the same stuff. You know how many times that things was going on in society, and Jay had the nerve to not say nothing and just bypass that, while you had people who was conscious enough to talk about the things that was going on in his life. in life in general, not just their life, but in life in general. That's why Tupac was this was Tupac, Nas. You understand? The Biggie didn't get a chance to hit that upper threshold because he was taken out way entirely too soon in his career. He only dropped 2 albums, so he was taken out of his zone too early in the music industry. Because again, we're talking about this, but again, Ghostface, Raekwon. Tell me that that Jay-Z is better than they are. I don't think Jay is better than Method Man. Oh, Mac had way more than one song, buddy. Way more than one song. And we're still talking about Pac, and he died in 96. We're still talking about Biggie, and he died in 97. We still give Big Pun his props, and he died in 99. So it doesn't matter how long they've been locked up. It doesn't matter how long they've been gone. We're still talking about them. That's why their influences are bigger in this whole aspect of music. That's why there's still the standard barriers in this industry. Let's keep it real. They're the standard barriers in this industry. T.I. is a dope artist, dope lyricist. Is he better than Jay? I don't know, but I know that he had more content that I felt because I need a feeling. Jay-Z just get up on the track and he just do stuff. And I think Craig, I think you pointed it out. You said it sounds like Jay is lazy at times. And to me, it sounds like he is. He just gets on the track and just start rapping. What are you rapping about? I don't even feel that. Now tell me this. In his time, at his height, who was a better rapper? Jay-Z or DMX? Jay-Z or DMX? Because I'm telling you, DMX, eat him alive. Eat him. X was man. DMX was his demons got to him. But as far as artists, energy, content, tracks, X. Again, Method Man is a better rapper than Jay-Z, point blank, period. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what Method don't have the fanfare, because it just seemed like everybody jumps on Jay-Z's fanfare, especially when he got with Beyonce. It's like when he got with Beyonce, that took Jay-Z to another level as far as, oh, he got with Beyonce. Oh, snap. That don't mean he was still, just because he was with Beyonce and he still wasn't a better artist than Nas. He just got fanfare and he's more pop. And what I mean by pop, we all know rap pop. Rap pop. Because in rap pop, you have to be talking about certain things in rap pop. You got to be talking about money, hoes, and clothes in rap pop. Why you think a lot of these rappers right now, why you think Migos think that they're great rappers? They thought that they were better than Bone because they're like, let's just check who's pockets, who's got the bigger bag. Y'all got the bigger bag right now because Bone never went pop. They were the sought out artists, but they weren't pop artists talking about the same things. Once they start elevating musically, lyrically, no, they didn't fit into the mold. They did not fit into the mold of the pop artists, the ones that you can control. That's why I like Flesh's interview of when he talks about the industry. Y'all gotta know the industry. It's like Jay-Z on that song on The Game Made Me. Not what the game changed me. Nothing, no amount of money can take me. I'm what the game made me. But then you are what the game made you. This is the same dude who ignored everything that was going on in life or ignored Colin Kaepernick at first, then started wearing Colin Kaepernick jerseys, then turned around and got right in front of Roger Goodell and said, we're beyond kneeling. But then you see all the protests and all that going out, and you ain't heard nothing from this dude since. But where was you at beforehand? Well, lyrically, what was you talking about back in the 90s? Nothing. What was you talking about in the 2000s? Nothing. Y'all like it because it's catchy and he talk about, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he talks about is catchy music. I ain't gonna hate the man for his, for having fans. Got catchy tracks. But to me, Cube is better than him. Because Cube been in his bag since 87. Since CIA. Then he got with NWA and the Posse. Then they became NWA. I mean, well, all together, NWA. He leads NWA, makes America's Most one of the greatest albums in Cube's library. Then he comes out and then totally destroys NWA with no Vaseline. Totally destroys them. So when I bring up Nas Ether was Nate Robinson getting popped and knocked out because Jay was doing it for the culture and then turned around and got mollywopped in Ether. Completely demolished in that song. And again, he ain't the only. Everybody was talking about Nas Jay-Z beef. Cam'ron was on him too. Just Cam'ron is not lyrically enough to go against someone as far as like Nas's caliber. Because Nas had to step up Nas's caliber, but in Jay's caliber too. Because Jay had to step up his game to respond to Ether, but it's not Ether. Soon as the beat dropped, you like, oh man. Killed this dude. Lyrically killed this dude. And he had to make up with him. He had to. You don't want to continue to have a beef with a monster that just murders you like that. We don't look at LL Cool J as one of the greatest artists of all time. Because, because he came out in the 80s? But as far as like MC, just saying. I just don't believe he's a top. I believe he's a top 10 artist of all time. So I'm not just just poo-pooing this man. Now, I'm not going to do that. But he's not a top 5 artist. Eminem is a better rapper than Jay-Z. And I don't like him at all. Him has never made an album from start to finish. I'm like, man, that's one of the greatest albums I ever heard in my life. No. But as far as rapper, Emma destroy Jay-Z. And that's not that. I'm not even trying to knock that. We know M can destroy a lot of the industry. I just don't like his albums. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan of his albums. He have a song or two that is dope, but never been a big fan of his music, of his albums. Get an album, be like, man, it's a couple tight songs on here, but the rest of this, I throw this away. I don't want to listen to that. It's not my type of thing. But honestly, you can quote all the Jay-Z songs you want. You could do all that. Because I don't care. None of them. None of them is like, y'all were patiently waiting. It's like an AIDS test. What's the results? Not positive. Who's the best? Pac, Nas, and Big. Ain't no next. Whew. Nas is that dude, man. Nas is that dude. And like I said, I'm not just gonna poo-poo on the man's life or what he's did. But to me, Rockefeller was really pushed into the stratosphere by Dame Dash. He had a good team. He had a good, solid team around him as far as rappers. He had a good, solid team around him. Because let's act like Beans wasn't dope. You know what I mean? Myth Bleak was cool. And then they had Freeway, I believe. Hey, but if a kindergarten could have wrote that, then I'm sorry, did Jay got murdered by a 6-year-old? Because Nas killed him. Nas killed him on the whole Stillmatic album. He killed the whole album. The whole album. Hit. Bodied him. Bodied the guy. Sorry, he bodied him. But again, okay, so people put him top 2. Do you honestly believe Jay-Z is better than Biggie Smalls? Let's just keep it real. Yeah, I mean, Nick, we can set this up for a time where I could bring you on to the show. We can do this. We can do this. So I could go back and bring back how many times that Jay-Z stolen Biggie Smalls lyrics. So you good with a dude who's stealing lyrics. Not songs, not beats, stealing lyrics. Hold up. Let's pull this up. Let's pull up some of this. It's a you can Google showing Jay-Z stole Biggie's lyrics. "11 times Jay-Z recycled the Notorious Big's lyrics." Dude, it's on G's.com, hiphopwire.com. Come on now. Even 50. Oh, man. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm wrong, though. I'm wrong. Ain't nobody. First of all, hold on. Wait a minute. Because I'm going to put this up. I just want to put, because I haven't put anything up. How many times have Diddy quoted Biggie? Don't nobody care about Diddy because he's garbage. He's never been an artist. He is not in no one's conversation. If you want to talk about the top 10 most worst rappers of all time, then you can put Diddy in that category. But we're not talking about him because he's garbage. Okay, so let's do this. Biggie, Hypnotized. This is why Squeeze first ask questions last. Hold on, wait a minute. Get this out the way. That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass. Jigga, squeeze first. That's why I squeeze first, ask questions last. That's how the most so-called gangsters pass. Biggie, the world is filled. When the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling all I diss them. That's why these hoes yelling. I'm a pit by blood, not relation. I still chase some. I'll replay some punks. Give it to me. And he did the same, and he just the same lyrics. Biggie, who shot you? Squeeze first. Jay-Z said the same thing. Unbelievable. Get ready to die till God I said hi and throw down some ice for the nicest MC. Fiend or Foe 98. Do me a favor, dude. Get 2 ice cubes past them. Take a ice up for the nicest MC. I mean, how many lyrics is this man gonna take? And it just don't stop. It don't stop. He took from Nas, verbal intercourse, from the womb to the tomb, pursuing the unpredictable, gun salute life. Rapidly, that's the ritual. Never change from the room to the tomb, from now until my doom. Drink army from 1 cup, pass it around the room, that's a ritual. Ambitious as a rider. He stole, hold up, let's see. Let's see who all he stole from. Biggie, Big L, Snoop, Nas, Tupac, Mace, Biggie some more, You're more Biggie. BG, Snoop Dogg again, Slick Rick, Rakim, Capadonna, Nas some more, Lil Wayne, more Tupac, Dr. Dre, which Dr. Dre wrote on the Cry 2000. He wrote that anyway. I'm just saying. So it's okay for the man just to come and eat someone else's lyrics. I mean, Drake do the same thing too. Drake is not innocent from that, because Drake do the same thing too. Drake's was still your. If you got a hotline, he's taking it. He is most definitely taking it. I'm just saying. I mean, you. It's almost to the point where it's like, what did you say that was dope that someone else didn't say? And this was from 2007. This is not even updated. That's not even updated. Let's try to find something that's more updated. Let me see. Trying to find, that's not a good site. But I'm just saying, man, the dude's a biter. But y'all make him like he's the greatest. He's the greatest rappers of all times. No, he's one of the greatest biters of all times. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's a biter. And don't be surprised if he didn't bite those lyrics at you right now, Nick. It's a difference between respecting someone and totally taking their stuff. It's a difference. And not acknowledging them, you know what I'm saying, in a verse. Not acknowledging, you know what I'm saying, that you making it seem like it's yours. That's why I like Cube's Jacking for Beats. Because Cube said, this is what I'm gonna do, and you know what I'm saying, I'm doing this. And even if I I can't think of the lyrics where he stole on Jacking for Beats when they because he loved Digital Underground. He was cool with Shock G, Money B, and all of that, and still stole they beat. I mean, I'm just saying. But at least Cube acknowledged what he's doing on the song called Jacking for Beats. Jay-Z needs to make an album called Jacking for Lyrics. You know what I mean? Because I'm wrong though. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm just saying, man. The man's a thief. The man's a thief. But it's cool though. It's cool. Jay Z is cool. And I haven't even put up my banner yet, but Jay Z's an okay rapper. It's an okay rapper. I think he's more hype than anything. I think he's okay, but I don't think he's a better artist. I believe as far as mainstream music, he's a top five. He's a Mount Rushmore because he makes mainstream music. But as far as the culture of rap, as far as rap for me, he's not up there. I don't think he influenced the rap culture like Wayne did. I don't think he influenced like Kanye at a point started influencing and changing the nature of rap music. Twister to me is a better rapper than Jay Z will ever be. And I ain't hear not one time he just Jackson won whole entire lyrics. So when I answer my only point. That's my only point. That's my only point. So who's my top five? My top five of all time is gonna be Tupac. Well, let me start. Mac, Pac, Nas, Cube, Face, Lee Joe, Meth, 40 Water, uh, and then it kind of trickles down from there. Because there's other people that are like, I like Buster, I like Raekwon, I like Ghost, but I don't think Jay-Z is a better rapper. Y'all can say what y'all want to, but there's nobody that says, oh, well, Tupac stole all these lyrics. Nah, we already know Jay did. All right, so hey, Jay-Z is not a Jay-Z's better than Scarface. I know. Hey, once I start going, I'm gonna start going. But y'all know who my and I'm sorry. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's do hypothetical. Let's do hypothetical. If Pac and Biggie don't die, there's no Jay-Z. Jay-Z is nowhere in that realm. Because at the time, let's be real, at the time that Tupac was at his height, Nas was right there. Biggie was right there. You know what I mean? They were there. They were eating at the table. Jay-Z wasn't eating with Biggie and Tupac, period. He wasn't eating with Cube. Hell, they wasn't even eating with Master P. And Master P is probably is not a great rapper. Not saying he's one of the worst rappers I've ever heard, because that goes to Birdman. Biggie was trash? Woo! Hold up. Wait a minute. If he's so trash, why Jay-Z jackety? Why Jay-Z like stick him? Get up. Give me them lyrics. Give it to me. Hold up, wait a minute. That's it. Who the hell is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the cold out my eye. See who's this paging me and why? It's my nigga Pop from the barbershop. Told me you was in the gambling spot. I heard the intricate plot, and I'm not even a Biggie fan, but dude, his voice, the way he bounced around. You know what I'm saying? The way his cadence, dude. Of course, Jay-Z wanted to bite that. He's at the top of his game. Tisha, we all know you was like, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. You know you was doing that. Stop playing. Everybody looks at, when you think of New York, if you my age, when you think of New York rappers, you think of Biggie. You think of Meth. You think of Wu-Tang. Because they got 4 or 5 dudes who can give Jay a run for his money. A run. And like I said, it's not that Jay is like a bad artist. I don't like, this is my knock on Jay, and I'm about to wrap this up. Number one, he steals lyrics. Number two, he waits till you gone or the beef died down for him to come back on something. Then he just going to jack your lyrics anyway, so. You know what I mean? To me, he's never had an album. Well, let me take this back. He has one album from start to finish that is dope. And to me, well, let me say 2. A lot of people like American Gangster. I wasn't really into that. You know what I'm saying? Watch the Throne was cool, but Watch the Throne was really a Kanye West and a Jay-Z collabo. But I like the album. You know, and this is before Kanye flipped for my take. Because I believe Kanye was a better artist than Jay-Z. People might think I'm nuts, but Kanye was that dude. Let's not act like Kanye wasn't that dude for a moment. You like, Kanye is about to change hip hop. Kanye is about to be the greatest. could be the greatest rapper of all time. Because the way he came out in his story and he makes his own beat, so he knows when you got a beat in lyrics to go along with it is gold. But I'm just saying. I'm gonna say one more. I'm gonna say one more name, and this is out the West Coast. That, but he's a swagger jacker too, because he steals your he can steal your cadence at any point in time, and that's Game. Because Game is dope, but Game will take your cadence and can murder you with it. But Game was dope. Game didn't get the fanfare and really kind of got hated on by New York for going at 50 the way he did. And for him kind of losing a little bit at the time. Dre didn't want to fool with him because he wouldn't slow down. Like, hey, you got to chill out. He wouldn't chill. Let's be real. But Kanye was that dude. Kanye was dope. And I rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. Oh, dude, Ether is just too disrespectful for the. It's just too disrespectful for the homie. Just too disrespectful. Just too disrespectful. He's, oh man, he went at the clique. He went at everybody, and they, dude. Nas is my guy. Nas is one of my favorite. He just made me mad on that on the second to last album that he did when Kanye did all his beats, and it just didn't fit. It didn't fit Nas. But Nas' last album, whoo, dope. I can't say that. Like I said, this is just my opinion. But I can point out every which way what Jay-Z is not a better artist than a lot of other these artists. I can just point out simple facts. Just simple facts. If you jack somebody's lyrics more than once, I understand you doing something to pay homage to someone. When I rap, I say, whoa, just like how Mac does, because I pay homage to him. A lot of my cadence is like Mac because that's who I studied under. A lot of my fast rap cadence was like Lijo because that's who I studied. I tried to study Lijo, and Lijo was living up the street for me. But I tried to study Lijo like a hawk because he was my favorite rapper coming out of KC. Coming out of KCK, I thought he was better than Tech N9ne. Tech N9ne just had the fanfare because he was out of KC Mo, and he was already established as far as like mainstream started to know him because of questions. But I don't think he was. I think Lijo was better. Period. You know, there was a cat named Misfit that was out of KCK that was super dope. I wish my man Vigilante was on here. He'd probably tell me I'm crazy too. But Misfit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of KC that I studied because he was a conscious rapper. And I've always been someone who was conscious. Cube has been a conscious rapper. I also like DJ Quick and Too Short. There's people I just like because I think the way that they rap is cool. I like Manny Fresh because the mind of Manny Fresh is hilarious. And the way he raps is funny. He is not a lyrical dude. It's just funny and I like the way that he raps. I like BG. I like Juvie. I like Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I like Wayne when he was with the Hot Boys and when BG came out, I want to say what was the name? I can't think of the name of the first album, but the first album I heard for BG was Chopper City in the Ghetto, and I like BG. BG style was dope. BG Sound like a grown man. Me and him the same age at his time. He sound like one of the grown dudes that was coming out the New Orleans. There's a lot of New Orleans rappers I like. I like Mystical. You know what I mean? You know, I like Mia X. I think Mia X is one of the most underrated female artists of all time. Dope artist. Not just female, dope rapper. Completely, you know what I'm saying? Completely not in anyone's top five, but need to go back and give Mia X a listen. You know what I mean? As far as lyrical content. Now, if you like, but it all depends on what you like. And I think rap music, what I like about rap music, because rap music tells a story of sometimes fantasy, but also reality. So you also got to get a feeling and a vibe of who's vibing with you or who you vibe with. A lot of people couldn't vibe with Mobb Deep. A lot of people couldn't vibe with one of the two dope artists with dope lyrics. A lot of people couldn't get with that. A lot of people couldn't get with Wu-Tang. A lot of people couldn't get with Pac because Pac will flip around on you. You know what I'm saying? You know, talk about let's heal the world, then talking about destroying it on the very next album. But that's the Gemini in him, so I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite Tupac songs is Dope Fiends Diner and This Ain't Living. Then you got young cats that's out here that's doing their thing. You know, Andre 3000 and Big Boy. I think Andre 3000 is a better rapper than Jay-Z. That's no knock on Jay-Z. These dudes are just unique. And I don't think Jay-Z is unique. I think he's just a good businessman. And that's really all I got to say about that. Yeah, and Greg, you're right. Pac didn't rely on wordplay, and the reason why you could go back to uh is it My Mind's Made Up on Me Against on All Eyes on Me when he had Redman, Method Man, Pac, I forgot who else is on that. Uh, but you listen to his lyrics and then you listen to Method. What Method kills that song, honestly. You know what I mean? It kills that song. But again, Andre 3000, dope. Dope. In the new guy out of Houston, Toby. Sounds like Andre 3000 lyrically with Big Boy's voice. That style. You know what I mean? So that's just like it's almost like in the cat. I don't want to compare this because it's gonna sound real messed up. It's gonna sound real messed up. I shouldn't say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I like Meg Thee Stallion, right? I think Meg Thee Stallion is a dope artist. She picks beats that fit her style and stuff like that. But when she talks about, man, but I think she's a dope artist. Nicki Minaj is the better rapper. It's just a better rapper. I look at Jay-Z as an artist. I don't look at him as a rapper to me like that. Or an MC. I don't put him as an MC. I think let me put it more like this. To me, Jay is a rapper. Nas is an MC. He's a storyteller. He gets you into this mode, you know what I'm saying, where it's just dope. Like the song that he did where he started the story backward. He basically wrapped a story from end to beginning. It is dope. That's on Stillmatic. If you ain't just listened to Stillmatic in a while, go back and listen to Stillmatic. You know what I mean? Corrupt, Daz. You know what I mean? And I forgot to put Corrupt in there because Corrupt dope. Corrupt dope. Daz dope. But again, it's fanfare. Jay-Z is a good rapper, and he's a top 5 rapper. But MC wise, he's not better than Rakim. He's not better. He's not better than Nas. He's not better than Biggie as MC, who could grab the microphone and it's just gravitas. Gravitas. He's not better than X. X gives me hype. He's just standing there. He just gives me hype. And Jay-Z, and you're right. Jay-Z is a no, T. You missed that. Face is in my is in my top 10. Period. Face is in my top 10. Point blank, period. And I know how you feel about Face. And honestly, and I'm gonna say this: "Hands of a Dead Body" is one of the most underrated songs of all times. The hand of the dead body, most underrated song of all time. Still got two of my top favorite artists on there, Face and Cube, and they kill that track. Kill that track. Just talking about the industry. There's not, and like I said, it took me to listen to 444 to hear a song that I could say was up there with a song like that as far as the content. But Jay-Z is a product of great marketing. Great marketing. Especially him being married to Beyonce. And hey, I forgot, man, Keith Murray was dope. Keith Murray was dope. Mos Def and Talib Kweli is dope. Mos Def is really underrated. And I think Mos Def could out-rap Jay-Z, but that's just me. But anyway, let me go ahead and wrap this up. I had too much fun. Y'all think I'm hating? Y'all think I'm hating on Jay-Z? I'm just not. I think he's a top 5 rapper, just not a top 5 MC. Period. People don't like Pac because they say, well, lyrically, he ain't all the way there. It's just what he writes about. It's just the poetry that he writes about, and you could feel it. You could feel the energy. You could feel his emotion. When I look at singers, that's what I feel. I come for emotion. I'm like, what do you feel? Mary J. Blige, you can tell when she's in her bag and going through because you can feel the emotions through the whole entire song. Michael Jackson was another one. It's other artists that you just feel. And Jay-Z, top 5 rapper, not top 5 MC. And that's really all I got to say. Let me get out of here. I keep saying that. Let me get out of here. I'm going to just leave my brother's quote up here. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave my brother's quote up here. Because Mos Def will rap Jay under the table. Most definitely dope. Most definitely. Most definitely. But anyway, let me get out of here. I thank you guys for tuning in to the Dre Mac Show. It's fun to come back and just get so much fanfare and hate. If you want to put me as Buck Nasty from the Player Haters Squad or the Player Haters Ball, then yes. You know what I'm saying? I'll be Buck Nasty or Silky Johnson. Matter of fact, that's why I'm Silky Johnson. Hate. I'm out, y'all. Peace. And I love y'all. Shalom to everyone. I'm about to go get my hair cut.